Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Crib and Ollie, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today, it being Tuesday, I've got a tag for you. I'm going to do the Book Snob tag. So this tag was originally created by Tia at Tia and All the Books, and I was tagged by MJ at Reading This Life. There are 7 questions. And as the title suggests, they're all about bookish snobbery. So I consider myself to be a bit of an anti-snob when it comes to books. So we'll see how I get on with the questions. Question 1, Adaptation Snob. Do you always read the book before you see the movie? So yes, I do. And in fact, I drive my family nuts because I quite often refuse to watch films because I haven't read the book yet. So I definitely prefer to read the book first. I don't do it 100% of the time, but it's definitely my preference. Question 2, Format Snob. You can only choose one format in which to read books for the rest of your life. Which one do you choose? Physical books, ebooks or audiobooks? So definitely not audiobooks. So I really struggle with audiobooks. For some reason, I just can't get into them in the same way that I can normal books, either physical or ebooks. Between ebooks and physical books, I love physical books. I really love physical books. But thinking, and I've seen other people of a similar age to me answer this question in the same way, thinking purely about practicality, I think I would choose ebooks because I think I will be able to read ebooks for longer than I can read physical books, because I can make the font bigger, they're easier to hold and things like that. So I think for me, thinking about the long term, it needs to be ebooks. Question 3, Ship Snob. Would you marry or date a non-reader? So yes, and I did. So my wife does read occasionally. She reads on holiday and things like that. She does enjoy audiobooks occasionally too. But she's definitely not someone who would call herself a big reader. So yes, I did marry a non-reader. Question 4, Genre Snob. You have to ditch one genre never to be read again for the rest of your life. Which one do you ditch? I don't know if this is really a genre, but I'm going to ditch literary fiction. I would much rather read popular fiction for the rest of my life than literary fiction. Okay, question 5, Uber Genre Snob. You can only choose to read from one genre for the rest of your life. Which genre do you choose? So for me, definitely crime fiction. So I think crime fiction just has so much variety to it and can encapsulate so much interesting and important stuff about human nature, as well as telling you a good story. So yeah, I think I could read crime fiction for the rest of my life and be happy. Question 6, Community Snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? I think it's romance. So I think crime and horror probably have in the past. I think fantasy and sci-fi probably have in the past. But I think romance has probably always experienced a degree of snobbery. And as those other genres I mentioned have kind of become more acceptable and less viewed as kind of nerdy or geeky, I think romance is still very much looked down on within the bookish community, which I think is a shame because I've read some romance recently and really, really enjoyed it. Question 7, Snobbery Recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you've been reading or for reading in general? I don't think I've ever been snubbed for reading in general, but I've definitely been snubbed for things I was reading. So when I was growing up, my mum massively disapproved of most of the books I read. So, kind of all the trashy stuff, and the horror in particular, she really didn't like at all. And I think, to be honest with you, that just encouraged me to read it more. And that's probably one of the things that's given me the lifelong love of trashy fiction and horror fiction in particular is my mum's disapproval of it when I was growing up. Okay, so it's traditional to tag people at the end of a video like this, so I'm going to tag Michelle's Melancholia, Pax Panic and Heather the Librarian. As always, thanks very much for watching. Do let me know what your answers will be to those questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're safe and well. Hope you read good stuff, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.